Alright YouTube, so for this vlog, I'll be bouncing off a previous vlog I made, which was a Pokemon vlog about Pokemon tattoos or cool and interesting Pokemon tattoos I found on Reddit. And this vlog will be very similar because it'll be another creative route, and I'll be talking about unreleased Pokemon from the second generation and my opinions on them. So let me display the image and I'll talk about them, and then I'll make a second part of this vlog later because I'll only be talking about half the Pokemon on the image. So there was the moment of the truth. The image has been shared of these Pokemon, and as a creative artist and a big Pokemon lover, this is going to be a super fun vlog to film. So let's dive in. So for the first line of this video, we have these three fiery Pokemon that are super cute. So the impression I get, or at least that I got when I first saw this image, is that this was going to be the original Fire Starter type line instead of the Cyndaquil and Typhlosion line, which these three are definitely much cooler, and I actually like Typhlosion, but second generation starter Pokemon didn't really impress me very much. I thought other generations had much better starters, especially the third and first generation, but I don't mind these three that we got, but these three that they showed are much cooler. Despite me not really being interested by the Generation 2 starter Pokemon, Generation 2 had actually a handful of some of my absolute favorite Pokemon, and even is home to my very own number one favorite Pokemon, who you guys all know, Lantern. And next entry on this list is similar because I'll be talking about the original Water Starter Evolution line. So quick little story, as I was looking up these Pokemon, this was originally my favorite set of these unreleased ones, but there is one in the video later that actually impressed me even more. But needless to say, I absolutely love these three. I think it's so cool having a water serpent-like dragon, because we all know Charizard and his evolutions, and I actually really like them, but I think having it like a water dragon serpent is just like so much more mind-blowing and even cooler than a fiery dragon. Not that I don't love you, Charizard. I will say, even if these three were the water starter evolutions, Lantern would still be my number one favorite water type of this generation, and my bro and my favorite Pokemon. So this next Pokemon is a super cute flying little creature of the sea, or I guess swimming, not flying technically. I absolutely love its design, especially the white coloring. It looks super clean and reminds me of the white Lantern I always draw. Next up we have the little shark and its evolution. Definitely a super cool. I especially love the stringy tail, the wavy stringy tail of the second evolution, who's the little shark, and I think it looks a lot cooler than the other shark Pokemon we've got. Well, I'm just kidding. I don't hate those shark Pokemon, but this one's definitely cooler. And last up, we have my favorite Pokemon of this video and of part one, and probably even of the other ones I've seen that I'll be talking about in part two, and that's these two little cats. So initially, when I first made this list and looked through these Pokemon, I thought the Water Dragon would be my favorite for sure, but then I saw these two and I was just like, wow, this is like a mix of Umbreon and Espeon, who are two of my favorite Pokemon of all time, despite being polar opposites. So I like this Pokemon. I like envisioning him as like the guardian of the night, and I think the orange lights pop really well on the black colored body of this Pokemon. And you know what I also love about the second evolution, well, I'll start with the first one. The first one's adorable, and the second one kind of gives me the vibes of being like a small but really strong and powerful Pokemon, which I absolutely love. So yeah, this is a new series that I'm going to be doing, talking more about Pokemon, reviewing Pokemon, and everything under the sun Pokemon related that I can think of with my creative brain. So until then, look forward to the second part of this exact vlog, and thank you all for watching. Stay tuned for more soon. Merry Christmas Eve. Goodbye.